if you ask me how much it is, I couldn't tell you, and I don't want to know. To be honest, took the whole thing too far. Well, the kids laugh at me. I said 6 months. So now it's been 7 years. Okay, I'm John Staples, and we're currently in the liquid waste business. I left school as soon as I could. Got an apprenticeship with a boat builder by the name of Michael Barrett. Modified Bertram 25. It's been potted, 2 Verado 225s. You know, the modifications, you know, transom door, bait tank, roof, cabin roof is the original Bertram 25. Fly bridge has been taken off it. And the cabin sides here have all been, it's been raised up for the, you know, the original Bertram had a dip down where people would step down into the cabin. That's no longer there. That's a second fuel tank now. And the cabin's top has actually been raised by the depth that step down was. And then, as you can see, it's all the aluminium windows have been removed. Fiberglass sides have been put in and constructed very much like the old structure. This has been bolted to the original hull. The helm is area, as you can see, it's been brought back and made like a centre console and a fly bridge of a bigger boat. Seating forward. Cabin itself is still the original shape in there, but it's all been relined, and yeah, little pockets, and all the sides here have been, you know, they're all been made for the boat. Why? I couldn't give you a truthful answer. I've always seen them, never been on one before. They had an excellent reputation. And you do see, because the boats are very old, you see a lot of them run down, extremely run down, probably like this. And the original idea was one motor, get rid of the stern drives and put it on a mooring at Port Stephens and use it as a fishing boat. Yeah, so what have I got? 2 motors. Don't want to put it on a mooring. So yes, the original idea has gone out the door. You know, you'd go down and work on it in the morning before work, do a bit of work, you know, on it afterwards. There was 1 year I didn't touch it at all. You know, I just got to that middle ground where I've thought, oh, I might go and mow the lawn instead of muck around with the boat. And then, yeah, no, I got to finish this. And so we did. Especially after we got the boat painted, and it was all done at home, and the teak on there, and you can see the thing actually going back together. That's when you finally got there. The bones of the boat and getting it up to the stage of painting really isn't a great deal of money. It was labour. I mean, you can do a lot of work with a 20-litre drum of resonance and chop strand mat. The general shape of the boat really wasn't that expensive. The modifications, where you actually had your hand in your pocket, was when you start finishing it off, you know, buying the teak, you know, rod holders, the seats. The construction is the original Bertram layout. The centre console is plywood, fiberglassed over, both sides. On the other side, on the port side there, that's solid fiberglass. All these sideboards here, they're all new, that's all fiberglass. Really, nothing has really changed from the original concept of the construction side. The floor is still standard. It's been changed up here where I believe there used to be some hatches, because, you know, with fuel tanks, you know, down here used to be the motors. So that's all been filled in. The old tanks were fiberglass, I'm under the impression that the new fuel that's on the market now actually eats that glass. They came out and a new aluminium tank was put in. Took a bit to get it in there, but more volume, so there's exactly 400 litre storage in the main tank. There's now a second tank up the front where the step down was. We haven't put any fuel in that, and I forget what the measurements of it, but I'll throw out there's at least another 150 litres in there. Well, I suspect that 550 litres at least. It travels extremely nicely at probably 25 knots, but I'm unaware of what the, while we're talking, what the fuel burn is. The sea deck flooring, made a template of the floor, took it down to a guy at Rhodes. He obviously put it in his computer, made up a template, gave it back to me. I brought it back, put it down. It was actually quite easy to do. All Altec DeVoe brand of paint, and it's all 2-pack. When it comes down to a colour, everybody has a different idea. Ben had one idea, my wife had another, and I was talking to Jason Ash, he's the manager of Barrow Waters Marina. I said to him, I'd like to go the baby blue, as I called it. Colour chart's got a different name for it, but and Ben wanted to go like a gunmetal grey, and as soon as I mentioned it to Jason, he didn't even flinch. He said, no. He said, baby blue. He said, that's the era of the boat. You know, you painted a different colour. You're trying to make something that the boat never was. So when it actually went on, I think everybody liked it. So it was all sprayed in-house. Yeah, once it was painted, then we did the teak work and started putting it all together. The electronics were actually in the boat when we bought it. So the motors had only done 62 hours, very fuel efficient and incredibly quiet, sometimes, especially at idle. Sometimes you'll actually forget to turn the motor off. So, and I'll be honest, starting out life as a boat builder, I knew what I wanted to do and then just took it too far, but you went down a track you couldn't turn around, you had to keep going. So if you stopped halfway, you'd be disappointed with yourself. I think the boat rides extremely well for what it is. And the handling, as you saw today, it never flinched. She's empty, you can basically say 3.5 tonne on the trailer. The only identification I found on the boat was written on the inside of the hood liner in the cabin. We sent a short email off to Caribbean, they couldn't help us. B25, hull 120, something like that. So if I'll dig that out for you, and if anybody can give me advice, it'd be nice to know what the age of the boat is. I'm pleased with the way it's come up, and when somebody does admire it, I must admit I do take it on board.